Will Smith is finally speaking out against Diddy and trying to distance himself from everything Diddy did. Jaden Smith, Justin Bieber, and even Diddy's own son were all groomed by Diddy, and no one did anything to stop the abuse.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. That's not funny. I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but. You know, that one, it was, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Will Smith has been involved with Diddy for decades. And before Diddy's arrest, both Will and Jada were regulars at Diddy's freak-off parties. Allegedly, Will used to take Jaden with him to these parties and wanted Diddy to help grow Jaden's career. Will was willing to do whatever it takes, and his actions are finally being exposed now. Will can try to deny the allegations, but he can't get rid of the evidence. Jimmy Kimmel mentioned on live TV that Will was involved sexually with Diddy.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were gonna beat up Will Smith. Is that true? You really heard that? Nah. What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You look fantastic.
All right, good to see you. We gotta go. We're blocking traffic.
Oh, we got it. Oh, we're blocking traffic. I'm sorry.
What do you say about the allegations? There's so many rumors. Anything you want to say?
We suing.
I know that's right. Thank you, Miss Pinkett.
There are rumors that Will Smith is actually gay. His ex-executive assistant says that he even caught Will Smith cheating on Jada with a man. Seeing your father cheat on your mom is sure to ruin your childhood. Just look at how uncomfortable Jada looks when Will says only a man knows what a man needs. She knows what kind of things Will is into.
And then I saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, what? But I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too. So I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie and they calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him, murder. It was murder in there.
Only a man knows what a man needs.
Allegedly, Will Smith did more than just cheat on Jada. Jaguar Wright claims that everyone in the industry knew that Will Smith's dark secret was that Will was actually grooming and sexually abusing Jaden. Jada knew this too, but she did nothing to save Jaden. This is actually why Jaden decided to step away from Hollywood altogether. He realized that Hollywood was nothing but predators and pedophiles.
Jada Pinkett has written a book where she reveals that multiple times she tried to commit suicide.
I don't know why she keeps trying. She just get it done. Don't be bad at everything.
Yeah.
You was an all right actress. You was a terrible wife. You was a bad mother. You was a kid who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything. Bilal told me, Jaden, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview.
Yeah.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith raped Jaden, Bashir, and he raped Neat Mills, and you know it, Bilal.
Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber were both abused by powerful men in the industry, and it destroyed their lives. Both of them were turned into victims, and the adults responsible for protecting them didn't care what happened as long as they were making money. Everyone saw how Justin and Jaden were acting weird, but no one realized what was happening to them.
When I'm at school, sometimes my dad will just pull his pants down.
Hey!
Will is always, Will is always playing. He plays.
Okay.
I can kiss my son. I can kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
Jaden jumped up and ran.
No, not on the set he wasn't trying to kiss me, but after the set he'll try to kiss me or anywhere else.
So what do you think? Is Jaden still too old to get kissed by his dear old dad?
I love Justin Bieber, that's just a fact.
Well, talk about brotherly love. You couldn't miss this moment on your feeds. Justin Bieber giving pal Jaden Smith a kiss on the cheek at Coachella.
I'm having a good time.
The now viral video shows Jaden sneaking up from behind the Biebs, grabbing his waist for a little dance, and then there's this, Justin sweetly giving his bro a kiss, something that's become the talk of the internet.
He's really just like a brother to me.
Yeah, these two go way back.
Parents in Hollywood don't really care about their children, and this is a story we've all heard again and again. Diddy groomed and raped his stepson. Freddie P., an artist that was involved with, and later blackballed, says that he witnessed extremely suspicious behavior between Diddy and his adopted son. What was Diddy doing to Quincy, and why didn't anyone try to stop it?
That nigga named Freaky Man. I look at his kids and everything. It's more deeper questions that I be wanting to know. Like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody because his legacy, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother no gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy.
You talking about Quincy, right?
I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
I'll be sure, son.
All I'm gonna say is, Who's infatuated with another man's son like that? Like that seemed like grooming to me.
Minors were never safe in Hollywood. Right after joining the music industry, Justin Bieber was handed over to Diddy. Diddy was given legal guardianship of Justin for 48 hours, and at the time, no one thought it was weird. Diddy was forcing Justin to stay quiet about what he did, but no one noticed the signs.
Justin Bieber turned 15, and it suddenly seemed that Hollywood was keen to almost initiate him. I think that's the right word. Like there was almost like this initiation that he needed to go through. So I want you to be now super uncomfortable and watch this video of an interaction between him and none other than Diddy. Take a listen.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Shockingly, it wasn't just Diddy that abused Justin Bieber. Everyone around him was either complicit in the abuse or themselves enabling it. Justin was being taken to freak-off parties when he was just 16 years old, and there are even videos of Justin looking drunk and confused with adults laughing around him and forcing him to drink more. Truly horrifying.
Welcome to the family, John.
Claims. Anyways, I want to also just show you this montage. This is a montage that was shared by Evie Magazine. They do great work on their TikTok of Justin Bieber, again, just 15 years old, in Hollywood, surrounded by a bunch of adults. And you let me know if any of this registers to you as normal. Take a listen.
I feel violated right now. Wow.
Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow, look at your eyes. Yeah, look at what a beautiful face. All right, now it's time to...
Would you rather have to be naked on stage during one full song, or drink a cup of blended worms? Answer, Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Okay, imagine that.
According to Gene Deal, it's possible that Will Smith was caught with Justin Bieber on Diddy's tapes. Keep in mind that Diddy had 250 cameras installed all over his house. Sources close to Diddy have already confirmed that Will Smith is on the freak-off tapes that the FBI confiscated. Will knows that it's only a matter of time now before he gets caught, so he's doing everything he can to try and distance himself from the situation.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black, that are black actors or black in the business, there's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner, what's the other guy? Leonardo, yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bro. It's gonna be real crazy. And they're gonna have to bring that to forefront because the prosecutor's gonna want those tapes. And they're gonna do whatever they have to do legally to get those tapes. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
More and more videos of Justin Bieber and Diddy are coming out, and they're all worse than the last. Recently, Justin Bieber gave an interview on Apple TV, and he started crying midway talking about his childhood. Justin says that he still feels shame because of what was done to him. He was just a kid, and no one realized he was being abused or tried to help him.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Usher was Justin's manager, and he was supposed to protect and guide Justin. But instead of doing that, he handed Justin over to Diddy. Usher knew that Diddy wanted Justin and to curry favor with the diddler, and he sacrificed Justin.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there, but you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Now, the real reason why Usher was following Diddy and handing Justin over to him was because Usher was a victim too. Usher's mom sent Usher to live with Diddy when Usher was just 13 years old. Usher was sent to Puffy Flavor Camp, and the things that Usher saw scarred him forever. Usher has even said that he was just 13 when Diddy taught him and showed him sex.
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent her to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened.
Allegedly, there are tapes of Will Smith, Justin Bieber, Jaden Smith, and even Jada being intimate with Sean Diddy Combs. Now these tapes are being sold on the dark web for hundreds of millions of dollars. All of this footage is what the feds will use as evidence to put Diddy behind bars.
Well, considering that the is selling his own evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder, why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes of all the just terrible? Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
Diddy's going to end up in prison, and his sons are going right there with him. Both Christian and Quincy Combs were involved with Diddy and regulars at his freak-off parties. According to Lil Rod's lawsuit, Diddy's sons were responsible for sourcing minors for Diddy's parties. The lawsuit even shows pictures of his sons at the freak-off parties doing drugs.
Diddy and his team would allegedly drug or spike the drinks of victims before Diddy and sometimes others sexually assaulted them. There are also allegations that Diddy forced these victims to have sex with prostitutes as he touched himself. He called these situations freak-offs, and oftentimes he recorded them. Here's where some of the allegations against his son Justin Combs come in. So all this takes us back to February, when Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil suit against Diddy. In his lengthy lawsuit, Lil Rod straight name drops Justin Combs, describing him as someone who solicits underage girls and sex workers. There's actually a picture of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage girl shown in the lawsuit. Now, in this specific instance, Lil Rod alleges at least one underage girl came to Diddy's home for a listening party. A sex worker was also apparently solicited, and a freak-off ensued. As an aside, this is the same night that Lil Rod alleges Diddy forced him to take a laced shot. He started to feel lightheaded and then woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, naked next to a sex worker. It's important to note Justin Combs is listed as a defendant on this case because, according to Lil Rod, he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise and at times participated.
Lil Rod also claims that Diddy, or his son Justin, shot Justin's friend, identified in the complaint as a 30-year-old named G, in the abdomen in a bathroom at Chalice Recording Studio in Los Angeles in September 2022. His lawsuit included pictures of the bathroom covered in blood as evidence. To cover up the shooting, Lil Rod claims that Combs told him to say the shooting happened outside the studio as a result of a drive-by attack.
According to court documents, it happened on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice Studios. Lil Rod says Diddy, his son Justin, and Justin's friend who went by G were all there when things got heated. Lil Rod says he heard multiple gunshots ring out and later found G on the bathroom floor in the fetal position. Lil Rod says he was bleeding out of his hip and leg area. Lil Rod says he was applying pressure to G's wounds and then asked the crowd to call an ambulance. At that point, both Diddy and Justin Combs disappeared to another part of the studio. Diddy then gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. So that specific allegation involves Diddy's son Justin, but another allegation and entirely separate civil lawsuit involves his other son Christian, or King Combs. Grace Omar K alleges that Christian Combs sexually assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022, and she says it was facilitated by Diddy.
To make matters worse, Diddy's son Christian has been named as the abuser in a rape lawsuit too. A 31-page complaint filed on behalf of 25-year-old Grace Omar K describes how Christian raped her during a yacht party in December of 2022. Omar K's, who worked as a bartender, alleges that Christian Combs pressured her to drink a shot of tequila that she suspected had been spiked with drugs. Once Omar K began to lose her consciousness, Christian allegedly prevented her from leaving and forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Fast forward to Thursday, when attorney Tyrone Blackburn, the man already representing Rodney Jones, filed a civil complaint on behalf of his client, Grace Omarkey. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing her last name, but I believe it is Omarkey. Grace Omarkey in Los Angeles Superior Court, accusing 26-year-old Christian Combs of drugging her and sexually assaulting her in December of 2022 when she was working in a charter boat in St. Martin. So according to the lawsuit, Omarkey says that she had been working as a steward, providing food and drinks on that yacht for a 12-hour period. And she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant drug use among sex workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs, Omarkey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Omarkey to take shots of tequila. She did. Christian allegedly tried to get her to drink more in the yacht's makeshift studio. Omarkey alleges that Christian kissed her neck, kissed her face, as he groped her legs, breasts, and private areas. Omarkey reportedly told Christian, quote, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." Omarkey then says that she told Christian she couldn't stay with him unless it was approved by a supervisor, all of whom she knew would be asleep at the time, so this was a way for her to get out of the situation. She claims that Christian said, "Who can I talk to? I'm going to say I requested you right now." Omarkey then says she responded with, quote, "Well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing." Omarkey says that she tried to go back to her work, but Christian found her again, wanted her to find him a place to sleep for the night. So she ended up taking him to the cinema room for the yacht, which doubled as a place for people to sleep. And she claims that is when Christian blocked her and groped her, took off his clothes, tried to force her to perform oral sex on him. She says that she was able to fight him off until someone came in.
Tom Hanks has also spoken out about the rampant sexual abuse that goes on in Hollywood. R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, and now Sean Puffy Combs are all just a few of the names that have been exposed. In reality, Hollywood is home to one of the biggest sex trafficking rings in the world. None of these people were working alone. They had help, and the sex parties they hosted were filled with people. Now everyone is trying to make it look like Diddy partied alone.
The idea that there are sexual predators in power, not just in Hollywood, I think all across any place there's a boss with underlings in any corporation or any industry, you have a type of sexual politics that goes on that can slide in between appropriate ethics and decorum to, inappropriate behavior to the point of harassment and sexual sexual predatory behavior.
Well, I mean, I think people understand that, but the larger question is there a culture of complicity in Hollywood where women are afraid to speak up because they'll be blacklisted, men are afraid to speak up because either they're out of the same fear or they just think, well, this is the way the system works.
I think there are people that say, hey, this is how it works, pure and simple, and this is why I got into it, and this is why I have power. This is how it works, and you have to understand that. That does not carry the day. Complicity is also complicity. The people who know, well, look, this is how we do business, and that's what it's got to be done. I'm sorry it's like that. So beware. That's also present, without a doubt, but it does not carry the day. There's also people that were afraid to speak out, who were victims, that did not go forward, that signed, negotiated settlement deals of which a non-disclosure agreement was part and parcel to it. That also does not carry the day.
Will Smith may try to distance himself, but the truth is catching up with him, and with Diddy. As more victims come forward and more evidence surfaces, it's only a matter of time before those responsible are held accountable. But what do you think? Do you believe Will Smith is truly guilty, or is he just another Hollywood star caught in the crossfire? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, stay tuned, because this story is far from over.